Evaluating the sponsor. Simply put, there is no replacement for track record as the single best predictor in the long-term success of your investment. Work with an operator with a sufficient size portfolio, assets under management, operational history, niche expertise. The criteria could be different for different investors, but the key is to determine whether the operator is an expert and great at executing a particular strategy with focus in just 1 or 2 markets. It is preferable that the operator has market cycle experience either in multifamily or running a major business, particularly through the 2008 Great Financial Crisis, as well as a history of successfully navigating through economic challenges like operating through a pandemic and a rapidly tightening monetary cycle. Ask how many deals have gone full cycle, and what were the actual results versus projections, and how much of the results were attributed to operational expertise versus market conditions. You can see how much the value add came from the operator's business plan by looking at the actual rental revenue and NOI growth versus compression in market cap rates. Don't be afraid to ask tough questions. Ask if the sponsor has ever declared bankruptcy, lost the property or investor's capital, issued a capital call, paused distributions, or performed below expectations, and provide explanation. Review the background of each team member to assess their experience and whether their skills transfer to their current roles. Ideally, you will want to see dedicated members in key roles like asset management, acquisitions, investor relations, and back office support. The investor should also assess the financial stability of the management team and whether it is profitable, have the liquidity and balance sheet to not only qualify for loans, pay their employees, but to be able to backstop unexpected adversities. Some operators tout having in-house property management, but there are pros and cons to both in-house versus third-party. You may have more control with an in-house staff, but you also give up an additional set of eyes independent of the sponsor's own underwriting and business plan, as well as not leveraging the vendor relationship that a reputable long-time third-party property manager can provide. In general, look for an operator with full-time dedicated professionals in key positions and a strong balance sheet to handle unexpected adverse conditions. Most investors cite communication as one of the most critical determinants whether they will invest with the sponsor again, regardless of performance, and we fully agree as transparency and communication are 2 of our core values. Proactively reporting good and bad news and what the sponsor is doing about it in a timely manner is the only way to ensure investors that we are good stewards of their precious capital. You will want to see monthly or quarterly updates highlighting execution of the business plan, wins and challenges, as well as actual versus projected key performance indicators, KPIs, and property financials to evaluate the sponsor's operational expertise. Ask to see past samples. A serious sponsor should also have an investor portal that stores all of the important documents like the PPM, OA, SA, K1s, etc. for easy access. And you should expect reasonable response time to increase prior to investing. Don't just blindly trust the information presented by the sponsor. Verify their online presence, such as the company's website, LinkedIn profiles, podcasts, either as host or guest, and various social media sites. Look for evidence of honesty, integrity, and humility in how they interact with others. You can join various passive investor groups and ask for feedback. You can also run background checks and look for any history of criminal, regulatory violations, bankruptcies, liens, and/or poor credit. Ask the sponsor to provide you with a few investor and professional references. Meet in person if possible and get a good gut feel. An ethical sponsor should be just as concerned about you and your financial goals and risk tolerance, and even stop you from investing if the deal is inappropriate for your circumstance. If a sponsor only cares about promoting their investments, walk away. Invest with only sponsors that you know, like, and trust. Break of Day Capital has various free tools on our website that you can use to evaluate deals, As always, please feel free to reach out if you have any questions at joseph@breakofdaycapital.com. I'm always happy to help you in any way that I can.